Hi everyone, I'm Shelly and you're watching There's No Place Like Home. Today I just have a really quick message of encouragement for you. Don't let technocracy ruin your homeschool. Lest I forget, I just wanted to remind all of you that since YouTube does disable my comments, if you would like to ask a question or to leave a comment about this, you can always do this on my YouTube community page, or you can follow me over on Instagram. I have a link in the description box. And I really ask all of you to like, share, and subscribe, especially share, because I have a feeling that YouTube is throwing its algorithm at me, and I would be so grateful for that. We live in a society that seems to be consumed with the idea of technocracy, or letting the experts handle everything. The definition of technocracy is actually the government or control of society or industry by an elite of technical experts. And you know what? It's not just in general society. I have seen this idea infiltrate the homeschooling community. There are so many parents who have been contemplating homeschool, but who have been discouraged by the message, either coming from within themselves or from other people, that they'd be better off letting the experts handle educating their children. But what I wanted to clear up to you today was this whole idea of the expert. We hear all over social media, all over mainstream media, they're always bringing experts on, but you have to actually look at who are these experts, and do they really have the actual practical experience in the areas in which they profess to be experts of? So, for example, years ago, I was asked to write an article on homeschooling for a parenting website. And as I submitted the article, they emailed me back and asked me if I would cite a homeschool expert, and they gave me a list of people that I should, maybe refer to in my article. And as I read through this list, I realized that no one on the list actually ever homeschooled. All of the people on that list were people who had just studied homeschool and had gotten some sort of related degree, and that in itself made them the expert, while I, who had been homeschooling for years and had homeschooled several children, was not considered to be an expert. And this goes on into different areas of life. I can even just talk about the traditional education system. I see teachers all the time lamenting that the ones who are considered experts and the ones who are calling the shots in their classrooms are people who have never actually set foot in the classroom, or if they did, it's been decades and they don't really know what's going on. It is the same thing both in homeschooling and in the traditional school setting. They want you to look to experts to tell you how to do things, or to even take over and do it, yourself, when in fact they've never done it themselves. We can even move on to this whole thing with the Rona. We've got Dr. F, I'm just going to call him Dr. F, and he's always looked to as the expert on this subject. But he has never actually treated a patient with this virus. So there are so many examples that I could give to you of just when people are, sometimes it's used to demean other people, that they bring in these experts. But a lot of times these experts really only understand things on a piece of paper, and that comes through in a homeschool too. No one is more of an expert of your child than you are. No person who has ever studied homeschooling or even studied education can do what you cannot do for your child. Because let's be honest, a lot of what is learned in those who study education is classroom management and all of the red tape, filling out the paperwork for a classroom. And none of these things are issues that really are going to have to be dealt with in a homeschool. So I just want to encourage you that we have fallen down to a level where we seem to look down on the common man as not knowing anything, when in fact it's those who have the practical experience, those who have actually been through the trenches of a subject. They're the ones that should be looked at. But unfortunately, too many people are just completely obsessed with a piece of paper now that says that someone is an expert in a certain area, and they don't understand that the person who may be an expert might not know much of anything at all. That's all that I have for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet and would like to hear more of what I have to say, I would love if you would do that. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave it over on Instagram, or you can leave one on my YouTube community page, because YouTube disables my comments. I was like thinking ahead there. And if you like my work and would like to check out my Patreon page, I will leave a link in the description box for that as well. And I hope you have a great day.